can't cut my hair. I can't shave my beard. I know if I shave my beard, I can't grow it back for months. But I know if I keep it there, I know I can shave it. I don't want to get stuck into traffic because if I think too much and I have to remember something, then I can't do everything sitting in the middle of traffic as I'm advancing forward and write. It's almost like what I say is the Michael Jackson syndrome. Well, he couldn't stop thinking and creating within his own mind. He became so creative he couldn't control it. This is a secondary world. When you go to the doctor or a pharmacy or a pharmacist, there's rules and regulations. They set rules and regulations for reasons that are really unknown because of what others done. We become a percentage of the others. So Michael Jackson needed that injection every night to go to sleep. Do you know I'm even scared to take my Ativan? Because I don't know how. I know every time I've taken it, since day one, since I've taken my Ativan, it's always done the same thing. Fantastic. CAT, NATO, the NATO Act. Canada, CND. CND. AT, CAT, AT, AT and AT and AT. AT&T is what they always talk about communications. AT&T and Bell. Oh, we need to insert all these communication centers with our cell phones and the landlines and put the numbers together to see what we get. But since there's really not a lot of people jumping into that area, I'm going to play with it. But some of my stuff takes years. Took me 50 years to come here today. Anyways, besides that, we end up saying CAT, the act. The cat is an act. Something to do with the black cat. Something that we see the cat. You ever see the cat and electricity? They put it together. Isn't that funny, the way they put cat and electricity together? I decided to paint my floor. This is what my floor looks like. There's not as much black anymore. You see these? This is a carpet. The carpet comes off of here. I painted all my rolls. When you put all these together and you turn them, if you turn it to the side, it'll look like a moon. Here's the other part of my floor. My floor that I walk on. This is what I want to talk about. I want to go back to the 7th inning stretch. In the 7th inning stretch, excuse me, no, let me start over. We're going to the baseball diamonds. Now there's many things, so many things that did not show up. I'm starting to duplicate things. I don't know if I did this yet. I don't know if it showed up. But I want to show you the spade. This is a club. These are the arrows inside. You know why? Inside the club it has to receive the electric. Then the spade goes over the top of this. This is the omega. Here's the same omega. A lady with a lot of hair. Because now they've connected some kind of entrapment that goes over our skull. They call this the Super Bowl. If you turn it up, it's holding the gray cup because that's your hair. But at the same time, this comes out of here. It's the keyhole. The keyhole is in the middle of the club. Now, I'm not quite sure how they've done that, but I can just tell you that it's there. This is your dart, your arrow. Here's your center 50 hole. Your 50 and your 25 is in the same spot because the electric and the water passes in the same area, the electric light orchestra. Here's your AC/DC. If you look at it, it looks like an H going far, far, far away. But here's the open mouth of the C. Here's your delta D, your prism. Here's the train tracks. Here's your mustache. This is the sweeper of the train tracks. The nose, sweeper of the train tracks, doesn't it look the same? This is the keyhole. The other thing I wanted to mention, the fog. Candlestick Park in San Francisco is coming down. The candles are going to be blown out. The fog in San Francisco. The computers, somewhere underneath the water, released inside the San Francisco Bay some kind of cooling system. It was so cold out there, it was a perfect place for the computers, but it left a mist in the air, causing San Francisco to be the way it was. Any mountain you see can be a nuclear replacement for a reactor. If you have 41 cents in your pocket, 1, 5, 10, there's no 20. It equals to 41. 41 is the numbers around the monopoly and coming back to the Mediterranean. If you want to find the time when Christ was born, he was born 3 years before the exchange of the two calendars between the Hebrew calendar and what was the Julian calendar, now the Gregorian calendar, losing time every single time. First they lost 3 years, then they lost 4 years, which is a total of 7 years. This should be 2007. But if it's 2015 at the end of this year, let's say it's 2014 to begin, but it's 2013 now. We have 2014 in the middle, then you have 2015. 13 and 15, 1 and 4, 1 and 5, 4 and 6. Zion, 0, Israel. X, 10. I can't do this anymore. The 9 card connects to these two as 4, and then connects to these two as 4. 1, 4, 4. 12 times 12 hours. I don't even know what I'm telling you now. I'm just throwing things out. N and Z look like each other, so let's create them within each other. And when you create them within each other, you have an X inside of an O, and all in the same square. You created Z and N in the same square, it creates 40. And at the same time, it creates the 0 and the O, which creates 39. 39 and 40 is 79. It's part of the ROT, time heaven, child family. If you want to look at another thing, you see this is the W. But it's also 2 X's. You notice it's 2 X's? X and X. But it's a W, but the minute you extend the line below, or you put the V letter from the W, you end up with XOX. 24, 48, 58, 63, the creation of 6. You see the 2 dots I put on top? Because you don't want to hurt your kid's head on the edge of a table, so you put protectors on. I just wanted to say that the 5 position, where the 1 light passage through the O hole makes it 0, 1, 5. 1 in the middle of 5, creating light to the 4 corners. The light to the 4 corners is an energy which zaps all the way around, so nothing is able to get out. You know when you play mini putt and you hit it towards the hole and then it zaps and it hits the ball and it goes back? Well, it's something like that. Pool. We already did pool. 28 grams, 1 to 7 ball. The other one is 84. Pluto and the moon. Pluto and man connecting together. 84, 94, 104, 112, 56, 56. Comet Ison. 84 is in between space. 48, the 48th Super Bowl this year. Space stations. Who, what, when, and where, and why, is because that's what we have to ask about all the numbers. When did the 1 go there? How did he go there? Which way did he go there? And then we get all our numbers leading up to that number. Another thing I wanted to mention, I did a little thing on narcissist in the numbers. 48977. Mars in charge of the gateway to the 9 birth. 9, 7, and 8, 7, 8, and 9, whichever way you want. 987. This number over here becomes 72. It becomes 504, which becomes part of the sun, part of the fox. It's somehow they're controlling us through the sun. That's why they're like this, because they don't care. They own it all, and they know they own it all. But anyways, it's just hearsay, and it's just my word. This part over here, 9 seconds, 18:27. But the minute you come to 60, creation of 666, it all becomes 60 and 3. 1 minute is 60 and 3. 0 is 6, or 0 is 15. 6 and 15 is 21. So it's the same thing. It creates the cube. 777 creates the 4 times 15 seconds on the clock. Becomes 66 and 12, 74. This becomes the center of the gematria scale. 72 times 5 is 360 degrees of the gematria scale. Now I don't know what that completely means. 66, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. 80 and 70 is 150. Becomes 156. It's communication. It's made to link all the way around. 81 and 21 is 102. It stands for Valentine's. It stands for the 777 world. It stands for Venus. It's also a minute and 21 seconds, which is 11:11, which is the 1st of May. 90 is the end of the geometrical scale, in which 9, 18, 27, 36 equal to the 90, in which at this point, all you got to do is wait a few months and you have a pregnancy. 90 times the 0 is 15, is 135. Two sides of the hemispheres is 270. Plus the 3 to create the hemispheres is 273, or 39 weeks or 7 days. 36 and 90 is 126, 132. The doghouse would come 126, 132 would be the back door entrance, probably the back of her head. 3 worlds and Jupiter. 108, whatever this is, and space. Now the world we're coming into right now is here. 11 and 7. 1 to 17, if you add them up, it becomes 136 and 153. 1, count all the way to 17, equals 153, which says the ace cat. This is Ison and the moon. Comes in at this figure over here. So I figure we're out over here. And how long would that be? That would be 2 minutes, less 3 seconds. Why 57? Just like in football, just like number 47. You have to take away 1 and 2, because 1 and 2 is inside 3, so instead of at the 50, you're at the 47. 5 times 7 is 35. 5 plus 5 is 12. Equals to 47. The 47 yard line, and we use 47 for time, T-I-M-E. Apparently they use it for death also, 47, but death is not the same number. Death is, first of all, death finishes with T-H. Death, E and A, again, these 2 letters. Starts with D, which is the sand trap. Once you're caught in the sand trap, it costs you a stroke. Stroke in life, stroke in the heart. Death is 4, and 6 is 10. 10 and 28 equals 38. Four, 9, 10, letter J. 28, 38. If you play roulette, okay, if you play roulette, the 10 is black, and the 28 is black, and the 28 is right next to 0, right next to the green passage of your brain, time heaven. This is your brain. This is time heaven. You see the way it shows the 1 coin in between, that little line there, showing the empty space of 0? I'm quite sure it is, but it's the connection to the beginning. 28. Beehive. The green world. Anyways, it's also, there's 2 other numbers. 2 and 8 is 10. But 1 and 9 is 10. But 1 and 9 is red. Because it's the one birth, the one spirit light that continues on into the 9. You know what that 9 is, the 9 cat? It's like his little pee-pee in your head pissing on you, that little cat, in order to get the shoot you. I don't know if they put it or if it's for the buys, but it could be an add-on. The cat can be an add-on in your head, that it's firing pee-pee all over the place, trying to read your mind, or trying to Morse code you to send your vibrations off somewhere else, or to get your mind going somewhere else, so you can't concentrate on the light, meaning the light is broken up within our heads. Very important, these glasses for me, Raphael 7286, the constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching.